Just want him to feel the affection, you know? Like,
And it's true. I mean, there is a thing where I know you were like, but when
I want to kiss you and just say, Jaden.
Will Smith may not be the most beloved person on the block right now, but at least he's got the zeal and willpower to protect his family. That's not to say that zeal and willpower may have taken him too far on occasions, crossing the thin line between being protective and being a tyrant, just like his son Jaden Smith has insinuated countless times. So how did Jaden call out his dad's parenting skills? And how exactly did Will Smith betray his son? The Smiths family might be Hollywood royalty, but with such fame comes a lot of scrutiny from the public eye, especially for a family prone to one scandal or the other. The matriarch of the family, Will Smith, in his self-titled memoir, Will, had been most especially criticized for his relaxed parenting style. The Gemini Man star recalled how his fatherhood approach and attempts to guide his son's career became regrettable actions. According to Will, he knew he had fumbled big time the moment his then 15-year-old son Jaden Smith requested to become an emancipated minor. Reminiscing on that heartbreaking instance, Will Smith wrote, "At 15 years old, when Jaden asked about being an emancipated minor, my heart shattered. He ultimately decided against it, but it sucks to feel like you've hurt your kids." On another occasion, Will revealed that his son asked him for the paperwork for his birthday. However, the father of three failed to reveal the exact details. So what really went down between the older and the younger Smith? You'll recall that in 2013, Will Smith and his son co-starred in the post-apocalyptic movie After Earth, which also starred his wife Jada Pinkett Smith. The movie, which starred Will and Jaden as on-screen father and son duo, ended up becoming a box office dud, putting Jaden in a terrible place in his career, and although they never discussed it, Will believes his son blamed him for the big career disgrace or disappointment. After Earth was an abysmal box office and critical failure, and what was worse was that Jaden took it, the dad wrote in his memoir. Will Smith also blamed himself for putting his son in that situation, as he only took on the role of Katai Rage under his guidance. Fans and the press were absolutely vicious. They said and pointed out things about Jaden that I refuse to repeat. Jaden had faithfully done everything that I instructed him to do, and I had coached him, the Bad Boy star continued. His reasoning was not far-fetched, as the movie, which Will co-produced, received unfavorable reviews from critics, also falling short of box office expectations. Overall, it became widely branded as a bad movie. Critics deemed it too thin a story to support all of its grandiose embellishments, another critic said of the film. The film progresses to the point where it feels less like father and son and more like a young boy listening to an inspirational audiobook. Jaden was not left out of the tongue lashing, with one viewer noting, "It was an embarrassment to everyone who worked on it, from the utterly listless performance by Will Smith to Jaden's utter ineptitude in the lead role to the laughable script. Some movies have weak plots, but keep themselves going on stellar dialogue. Not here." Another noted several factors made the movie a failure, including the premise, the absurd script, and the truly bad acting, especially by a youngster with no screen presence. Putting that kid in that part was child abuse. Will Smith should have left the deadpan to Buster Keaton. Having his dad, whom he trusted and looked up to, lure him into such public ridicule would have certainly felt like a betrayal for the teenager who was only starting his acting career. Will Smith acknowledged how much he regrets his actions. He wrote in his memoir, "We never discussed it, but I know he felt betrayed. He felt misled and he lost his trust in my leadership." Ultimately, the incident created a rift between the father and son, making it increasingly harder for Will to reach out to his second child. Along the line, the rapper came to perceive emancipation as the easy way out, having lost faith in his dad's mentorship. But did they work it out? The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air star revealed in his memoir that Jaden eventually thought better of his desire for emancipation, resolving to stick with his parents. He spent the rest of his childhood in their custody, learning to navigate the spotlights on his own terms. Today, Jaden's 2013 career disappointment hardly makes the headlines. Rather, the 24-year-old has turned heads in recent times for his interesting fashion choices and seemingly low-key lifestyle. As for his relationship with his dad, the two seem to have mended things between them and enjoy strong familial ties. He even had his dad's back earlier this year following the legendary actor's infamous scandal at the 2022 Oscars, where he slapped Chris Rock. Taking to Twitter at the time, the star wrote, "And that's how we do it." His tweet, supposedly referencing Will's questionable defense of his wife Jada Pinkett, attracted mixed reactions on the platform. While some commended Jaden for backing his father's attempt to defend his family, others chastised him for taking his dad's side and picking up the wrong example. One person tweeted, "It is a very sad example your father has given you and other men. Celebrating violence and rage is never appropriate." Toxic masculinity was on full display. Hardly vessel of love behavior. Meanwhile, several fans pointed out that rallying with the likes of his wife Jada Pinkett and their kids was exactly what ran Will Smith to the dark days of his Hollywood career. Interestingly, this assertion is widely believed not only by online trolls but also by co-celebrities. In a recent interview, comedian Cat Williams openly voiced her belief that Jaden Smith was a major contributor to her dad's derailed career. According to her, contrary to the widely held opinion that Pinkett was her husband's downfall, Williams in fact believed the actress a victim of a deep-seated setup that may be rooted in Will's determination to keep his son in the entertainment industry. During the sit-down with Kari Champion, the star opined that Hollywood ruled out Jaden at the moment he did After Earth. Despite the industry frowning upon doing movies with his son, Smith remained dauntless. Hence, when an opportunity to cancel him out presented himself at the Oscars, they rode on it, the comedian explained. They had decided they were finished with Will when he did After Earth with Jaden because there was no way they were going to let Jaden on. Because Jaden didn't have to do what you had to do to get in. We're not going to let you put Jaden and Will on. They've done what was necessary to take him from a $20 million movie to put him in a position where maybe it can appear he has a nervous breakdown and now is unemployable, the comedian added. If Cat Williams' conspiracy theory was anything to go by, then Jaden was in for an even more career pitfalls. After all, he is more predisposed to taking the hit for any further roadblock Will encounters, given how intertwined their careers have become. After all, the father-son duo have got at least 2 movie collaborations. Since starring in After Earth, Jaden Smith's acting career seems to have slowed down noticeably. This isn't to say the youngster has given up his acting dreams. On the contrary, Jaden has made appearances in projects like Life in a Year and Skate Kitchen. Yet, the Smiths do not consider this slowing career pace a major setback. An optimistic Will Smith once divulged in an interview with Pop Time, "My son is preparing himself physically and mentally to get a place as one of the characters who will make history for the first time in the saga of a movie that many already know and ask for." While the proud dad failed to disclose further details about the movie, fans have been going wild with speculations and heightened anticipation of what would only be a tick in history, but also a major turning point in Jaden Smith's career after being misled by his famous dad years back. Will Smith became a first-time dad when he welcomed son Trey Smith with his ex-wife Cherie Zampino. Long after that, he welcomed Jaden and Willow Smith with current wife Jada Pinkett Smith, and together both parents, who are Hollywood icons, have strived to give their kids the best upbringing, including giving them early starts in showbiz. Will's son Jaden has excelled as a rapper, singer, model, and actor, just like his famous dad with credits in movies such as Karate Kid, The Pursuit of Happiness, and After Earth. Jaden's sister Willow has also gone on to become a singer known for songs like Whip My Hair and Wait a Minute. She also appears as a constant fixture in her mom's Red Table Talk on Facebook Watch. Does this mean Jaden Smith has learned to trust his dad's leadership once again? Could he be setting himself up for another betrayal or a career revival? Share your take in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.